You know, there's something timeless about a Dragon Ball fight, my brothers and sisters. It's not just the punches or the energy blasts. It's the stories behind the fists. It's Vegeta's pride on the line. It's Goku's spirit refusing to break. It's the heartbreak, the triumph, the madness, all crammed into a few minutes of pure chaos, man. And today, we will rank the best fight from every arc, not just by who threw the hardest punch, but by how deeply it hit us. Welcome back, everyone. It's your host, MT Hybrid, and today we're judging these fights based on animation, choreography, emotional impact, and memorability. Because the truth is, not every fight that looks flashy stays in your heart. Some fights are legends, others are just loud. Let's find out which ones earned their place and which ones just made noise. Alright, real quick before we dive in, here's how we're gonna do it. Animation, how good did it look? Was it fluid, powerful, cinematic, choreography? Let's be honest, chat. Was it actually a fight or just beam struggles and shouting? Emotional impact, did we feel something? Fear, hype, heartbreak, memorability. Tell me, when you think of Dragon Ball battles, does this specific one come to mind immediately? Each fight we pick had to score high across the board, and not just look pretty, but mean something to all of us. Additional info from Dragon Ball Z. I will start ranking them for you all on a tier list, so you do not want to miss out on what the overall rankings will look like. And before we begin, happy Sunday. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to drop a like and a subscribe if you're a true Dragon Ball fan. Man, I appreciate y'all, fam. Alright, let's start throwing hands. Part 1, OG Dragon Ball. Alright guys, we're gonna speed blitz through this first OG Dragon Ball arcs. Just to be clear, this is the lightning round, ladies and gents. Now for starters, we have the Emperor Pilaf Saga, Goku versus Pilaf Squad. It's small potatoes compared to what we see later, but Goku and everyone storming Pilaf's castle set the tone. It wasn't about choreography, it was about the birth of Dragon Ball spirit, courage over fear. Overall score, massive respect for its history, but not a standard brawl. The Tournament Saga, Goku versus Jackie-chan. Now this is where it gets serious. Jackie-chan, aka Master Roshi in disguise, humbled Goku in the battle of wit, skill, and raw heart. It got pretty chaotic. The choreography here was clean for its time. Every movement mattered. Emotional impact, huge. Goku's first real loss. This one hit me, man. But honestly, I get why Master Roshi would do this, and that's why he is the GOAT. Memorability, it's an instant classic. Even everyone who haven't seen OG know about this. Now, moving on to the Red Ribbon Army Saga. Goku versus General Tao. Merciless Tao was terrifying. When Goku finally clashed with him, it felt personal. Simple animation but high stakes. Goku learned what real evil looks like. Definitely was the best fight out of this saga. The King Piccolo Saga, Goku versus Demon King Piccolo. This was Dragon Ball's first truly life or death fight. People died. Goku was injured. It was desperate, raw. It wasn't clean. It was survival. You felt every hit. This fight was insane. The final score, legendary in memorability and emotional weight. King Piccolo versus Goku was definitely the best OG fight for pure stakes and raw heart. Now moving on to the Piccolo Jr. Saga, Goku versus Piccolo, the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. This was the bridge to Z. Goku and Piccolo clashed like gods in the making. Animation leveled up, stakes were high. It felt like Dragon Ball grew up during this fight. This literally was one of the most brutal fights I have ever seen in the entirety of Dragon Ball. And honestly, it was amazing. It was literally amazing. Alright, now let's move on to Dragon Ball Z. Now, this is where the main focus begins. The Saiyan Saga. We have Goku versus Vegeta. Do I even need to explain this one? The clash between Goku and Vegeta is burnt into every fan's mind. Animation, brutal. Choreography, from beam struggles to hand-to-hand martial arts. Emotional weight, off the charts. Goku admired Vegeta, even as he fought to stop him. Vegeta going Ozaru, Goku's broken body, the desperation, the pride. This is top tier storytelling through face chat. I'm not gonna lie, this was the first time a guy like me fell in love with Dragon Ball, and I'm pretty sure most of y'all did too. The Great Ape stuff was just too good at the time, chat. Just too good. The final ranking for this, 9.5 out of 10. The Frieza Saga. Goku vs Frieza. Legendary. The first Super Saiyan awakening. The most important scream in anime history. The actual fight slows down a bit at some points, but the emotional impact is so volcanic. It doesn't even matter. It was just hands being thrown in this fight. And I loved every single bit of it, man. You feel Goku's rage. You feel Frieza's downfall. Bruh, this is not even a joke. This is literally like a 10 out of 10 fighting. The Frieza Saga is literally a 10 out of 10. Final rank, 10 out of 10. I ain't even going to explain this one. It was perfect. Now, moving on to the Cell Saga. Gohan vs Cell. The quiet kid finally letting go. Father and son, step by side in spirit. The final Kamehameha. The symbolism, the heartbreak, the pride, and the animation. Even today, Gohan's one-handed blast remains iconic. Father, son, Kamehameha. Gohan vs Cell is truly iconic, and it's one fight none of us will ever forget. Truly a memorable experience. Final rank, 9.7 out of 10. Moving on to the Majin Buu Saga. I'ma give this one to Vegeta vs Majin Buu, the final explosion. I know it's kinda crazy. Most of y'all expected Goku versus Majin Vegeta, but I put this one instead. Not Goku versus Kid Buu, not Gotenks. Vegeta's sacrifice is the emotional climax of the Buu Saga. He fights knowing that he can't win, knowing he will die, knowing he's doing it for others, not himself. Take care, Bulma, Trunks, and even you, Kakarot. That moment shattered a generation. Not gonna lie, this one's definitely pretty much a debate at this point, because the animation and choreography was insane between Majin Vegeta vs Goku. Am I trying to start something here? Who knows, brother? Final rank, 9 out of 10. Alright, let's move on to dragonballsuper now. The final stretch. The Battle of Gods arc. This one goes to Goku vs Beerus. This fight reintroduced Dragon Ball to the world. The animation had weight. Beerus was unstoppable, and Goku's Super Saiyan God transformation felt earned. It wasn't just another power-up. It was about Goku respecting a god and reaching beyond himself. The fight looked spectacular. The animation, of course, it was a movie. It looked movie-like. So yeah, the final rank, 8.5 out of 10. The Resurrection F arc. Goku and Vegeta vs Frieza. Visually beautiful at moments, blue auras everywhere, but emotionally not as strong. Frieza's return felt a little bit forced, and the battles had more flash than storytelling. But still, the choreography was tight, 7 out of 10. Final rank. Moving on to the Universe 6 tournament. Goku vs Hit. This is an underrated gem. Hit's time skip versus Goku's Kaioken times blue was intense. The respect between the warriors built something rare in DBS. The choreography was tight, the animation hit hard, it's pretty much memorable, somewhat, and it does lack a bit in emotional impact. So the final rank I'ma give this one is literally an 8.6 out of 10. Let's get to the Future Trunks arc. Goku Black and Zamasu versus everyone. This arc gets messy at times, but Goku versus Goku Black early was peak tension. Rose formed the but Goku fighting himself. In a way, animation was gorgeous, storytelling was mythical. It had a lot of rage and anger moments, some emotional impact. Goku's anger towards Zamasu when he found out that Zamasu killed his family. Unforgettable, that's all I gotta say. Final rank is literally an 8.8 out of 10. Now let's move on to the Universal Survival arc. Goku vs Jiren, Mastered Ultra Instinct. There are a few fights in anime that feel like events. This one was one of them. The animation, the choreography, the hype, peak Dragon Ball. The first time Goku moves faster than thought itself. The last stand between universes. The final punch between Frieza and 17. Pure magic. Everyone went all out. You could feel it. Everyone was literally using whatever they have left in the tank. It was freaking amazing. So yeah, this one was beautiful. This one, the final rank I'm gonna give it is literally a 9.9 out of 10. Jiren, the GOAT. Now, let's move above and beyond and move towards the Moro arc. The best fight, obviously, Goku vs Moro. Perfected Ultra Instinct. This fight was Goku reaching something we hadn't seen since Super Saiyan God. Divine serenity, in the middle of chaos. Moro had absorbed energy from the entire universe, even merging with Earth itself. But then Goku calmly floated down, silver-haired, unmoving, in full Ultra Instinct mastery. And he didn't just overwhelm Moro, he styled on him. Emotion, it was accumulation of years of training. Goku finally balancing his power, emotions, instincts, and for a moment he was a true god. But still, Goku offering Moro a chance to live. Now, I get that this hasn't been animated yet visually, but when it releases, chat, let's be honest, it's gonna look insane guaranteed. We're gonna get that One Piece animation treatment. So therefore, not gonna lie, it's already up there. So yeah, I'm giving the Moro arc a 9.8 out of 10. Moving on to the Granola arc. The best fight was Goku and Vegeta vs Guess. This arc was a playground of new power-ups and hidden histories. Ultra Ego Vegeta was unhinged. Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku was graceful. It was the time the duel's desperation against Gas, and the universe's strongest turned this fight into a storm. Goku was fighting to honor his father Bardock's legacy, and Vegeta, he wanted to take full responsibility for everything, his past, his people, and the damage that they have caused. The weight was real. Regarding animation, pretty much the same as the Moro arc. The animation will most likely be peak. We kinda got a glimpse of what the animation could look like thanks to Daima, and we all know it was perfect. It was peak, man. Regarding choreography, it was chaotic and high stakes. Tag team moments, fist clashes, and reality breaking power. It was a visual war, and we're giving it a 9.6 out of 10. Now, moving on to dragonballsuper Superhero, the movie. The best fight was Gohan Beast vs Cell Max. This was a resurrection of Gohan's hype. Fans had begged for it, and Toei delivered. When Piccolo was down, Cell Max towered over everyone. Gohan snapped, and just like he did against Cell. But this time he didn't go Super Saiyan 2, he went Beast mode. Emotionally, Gohan finally took his place as Earth's protector. Piccolo's near death, pen in danger, the echoes of Goku watching from the sky, even though he typically wasn't there. It all hit at once. The animation was CGI, it was clean and impactful. Massive energy waves, crumbling terrain, and weighty, visceral strikes. The way Gohan tanked Cell Max's punch, sheesh man, way too clean. And even though it was CGI, you can't lie, they cooked with that special beam cannon. Choreography, yeah, it pretty much liked in choreography, but ain't gonna lie, some of the parts were still decent. 7.5 out of 10. And here's a bonus. The epic battle in Dragon Ball Daima between Goku and Goma. Bruh, that Kamehameha shakes my head. Do I even have to really talk about the animation, bruh? Insanity. Naotoshi Shida, Yu Takashi, and the rest of the team, insane. Honestly, Daima might have had the best choreography and animation out of all of these. The fights, amazing. The animation, spectacular, man. It had it all. Basically, it gave us a look to what Dragon Ball can look like using modern animation. Now, at first, I was going to give it a 9 out of 10 rating, but honestly, this is easily a 9.5 out of 10. It's simply amazing. Here's a visual representation of what the overall tier list is gonna look like. Daima should be at S, by the way. I didn't have enough time to update it. Oh yeah, now Dragon Ball isn't just about the fights, it's about the meanings behind them. The struggle, the pride, the hope. Some fights gave us chills, some fights broke our hearts, and some fights reminded us why Dragon Ball is eternal. But now it's your turn. Which arc had your favorite fight? Which battle lives rent-free in your mind? Drop your list in the comments below. Now, let's settle this the Dragon Ball way and be fair, guys. I don't want to see y'all all be tweaking and stuff, man. Let's be civil. Alright, thanks for watching. And remember, it ain't just about power levels. Alright, guys. I'll see y'all in the next one. It's a fam. Y'all are freaking awesome. Alright. Peace, man.